Hey, hey. Ooh, that's bright. Whoa. Whoa. All right. Let me just grab me coffee. Let me grab me coffee. Good morning. Good morning to you. Ooh, I don't know what song that is, but it's definitely a song. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I feel like you're so far away. You're so far away. Oh, you can see over here? Look at, I should do something with all my little trinkets. With all my little trinkets. Good morning, good morning. I have something on my screen right here that would drive me nuts. Fuzz. Fuzz. Hey. I'm so used to you guys being like so close. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Hi, Max. You want the window open? Go ahead. Go ahead. How are you going to get up there? You want help? Oh, there you go. Sugar pie, honey pie. Halloween tarot. Oh. All right. Really? Really? All right. Let's do it. I gotta find it. I gotta find it. I got sunshine. Halloween tarot, huh? That's not it. That's not it. Oh, I like that deck. And that one. This is called the Mystical Moments deck. I'll throw one of these after. This is a cool little deck. All right, Halloween cards it is. That's a cool deck too. I have not. Here it is. I gotta swap out some decks. That's a given. I'm really feeling that pile over here. So when I come live with you guys, remind me. You remind me of a girl that I once knew. So I went and got my nails done this morning. And I told Bruce the other day, because he squeezed me in. So I told Bruce the other day that I would bring him a blueberry muffin. And they gave him a blueberry donut instead. I felt bad. I don't think he's going to eat it. I don't think he's going to eat it. Oh, good morning, Halloween tarot. Halloween tarot. Don't be sad. Don't be sad. Don't be sad. Sheldon. He's tickling my toes. He's stuck. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my God, are you upside down? I'm so sorry. He's filthy from having breakfast. He's like a big boy now. Over there. Oh, all right. Yeah, happy equinox. Sheldon. All right, Halloween Tarot, huh? Halloween Tarot. Let's do this. Let's do this. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. All right. What are they doing? Oh, I bet he's going to the dump. Yeah, I went clear. I took like everything off my nails. I'm colorless. I'm colorless. All right. I used to have, I'm pretty sure I can actually plug my camera into this, right? I should be able to. And then that way I can lean you down. I should be able to do that. I don't know how to take it off that tripod thing though. All right, let me attempt this. I'm gonna put it right there. I wonder if this will make it like super fucking wide. Oh, you know what song just came to me? Supersonic. I'm supersonic. Dun 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 dun. Okay. So I plugged it in, but it's not working. Like it's red. I don't see anything telling me. So I bet you I have to plug that in first. So that didn't work. But it's red, so I know it's working. All right. Well, I don't know. Can you guys? Oh, all right. We can get you to see like a little bit of Erica in my life. All right. Let me back you up. You can see a little better. Let me brighten that. Holy fucking moly. Holy moly. All right. You guys ready for this? Bam, bam. Double rainbows. Oh, so lucky. So lucky. All right. Let's just get an overall message with this deck. Kind of give me an idea. You love that song. What was I singing? A little bit of Monica in my life, right? A little bit of by my side. All right. So here's the deal too. You know how Jen does, that's way too fucking bright for me, sorry. When I put the cards down, I will. You know how Jen does daily vibes? And I've been doing those since I started my channel in 2017. But she took it, which not a big deal, right? It's not like wicked creative, right? It's not like, oh, no one can think of that. So I can't say she took it, okay? But she has it under her link as creator of Daily Tarot since 2018. Want to get technical? I went back to all mine, and my shit was saying that before hers. Not a big deal. the whole point of the story is I can't do daily tarot. So what should I call it? I need something besides current energy. So if you guys have ideas, jot it down. I almost thought of like definitive messages, morning messages. Yeah, I don't know. It's got to be something though, because here's the thing too, right? I started at 10 o'clock because this is important too. And it's like for a whole another subject, but and I think it's an important topic. But you know how I'm always like, it didn't like lose myself, just kind of didn't lose interest with the channel. I needed to switch up and I was so damn stressed out about what to do next and this and that. And I always knew I wouldn't do tarot my whole life either, be on YouTube, do different things, right? So what I kind of discovered in my head is more like I think I was putting so much pressure on me more than Aunt. I think I was putting so much pressure more than everybody. But I think I was putting so much pressure on me to what to do next that I like stopped. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's important for me to right now to be like, okay, don't worry about the tarot cards. Keep using them. Like something will come to me, right? So I definitely think that's an important topic to have because a lot of people want to know what's my path or what's it like. I have answers to all that, like my belief, you know what I mean? Like what worked. So I know like I'll get there. So I think for now, it's like I just got to take the pressure off and start doing this as much as I can again. So I get directed in the right direction on my own without being like, I know I'm not supposed to do the cards because love my cards, right? But not the point. The point is like, I know like I don't need cards, you know, but I love them. So I've just been like stressed out here and there thinking I know I got to let go of the cards. And that's what's stressing me out. So I got to like get that out of my head. You know what I'm saying? So, no, these aren't my own. No. These aren't my own oracle card. I know I want to make my own deck too. I'll get to that. Okay. This just happens to be Oracle of Mystical Moments. Someone told me about it when I first started my channel, and I was like, no way. You know, Mystical Moments, that's cool. So I picked up the deck. I didn't use it that much with you guys, though, to be honest. It is softer energy. But I just happened to see him because I was going in for my Halloween deck, right? So, anywhoosie. Let's pull one of these. But yeah, I do like you guys' ideas. I'll have to definitely come back and look. Because I can't really do daily vibes anymore. You know what I'm saying? So, and I can't say I can get on here every day either. Not yet, you know? But I'm going to try harder. And see where that takes me. So, as of right now, you know, whenever we watch, you know, tarot is current energy, but I want more than just current energy, and I can't use the daily vibes anymore, right? So, not weekly messages, because I come on more than weekly. Daily wildcard. That's clever. That was clever, Bells. This deck's not awake. Wake up. It's such a delicate deck. I don't know if I'm a little harsh like in my brain right now, but I was like, wake up. And I almost said pansies. So a pansy, and this isn't, and I'm referring to like a flower though. But like when it came out of my mouth, it felt more harsh, like you pansy, or I don't know. I don't even quite sure what a pansy looks like, to be quite honest with you. But we're all about to find out. And the moon just moved into Taurus. An image of a pansy flower. I'm pretty sure they're like real little. My mom likes them. Yeah, okay. So I do know what a pansy is. Is that the flower that's on here? It's not. So, oh, sorry for those who don't know. My mom actually loves pansies. So, let's see. Okay. I'm going to register them. Thank you. So what does it symbolize? Okay. Most often, pansies are used to symbolize loving feelings. Pansies can also represent free thinking and consideration, often used as a get well flower. Pansies can show that you can sympathize with someone's pain and distress. These flowers also are called birth flowers in the month of February. I never realized pansies was like a get well flower, to be quite honest with you. I picture like get well, like hospital flowers. I think it's like, I think all flowers are therapeutic, right? But I didn't know this one was. So represents free thinking, symbolizes loving feelings. It basically is showing you that you can sympathize with someone's pain or distress, right? So on that note, like I said, this is a delicate deck. So I don't know if it's like we're just taking it down a notch. Spirit's trying to take it down a notch, if that makes sense. All right, well, awake now. Come on. Aw, thank you. So we got the gift. 23. It's so funny because I was just about to talk about a spiritual gift, but I don't know. The gift. It's whimsy, it's excitement, it's curiosity, it's a gift. Under the sky, a woman with feathers holds a little box. Where inside this box, we don't know for sure, but it seems to be a gift. Simple on the outside, but perhaps magical within. We can only imagine what would happen if we tug the string and peer inside. Would it be fulfillment of an old wish? Remember the curiosity we have before opening the present, the magical space between dreams and the truth. A gift reminds us of the excitement that we have within these special moments. Okay, so whimsy, excited, curious, gift. Under the sky, a woman, feathery hair, holds back a little box. We don't know what's in it for sure, but it's definitely a gift. It's simple on the outside, and perhaps it's magical within. We can only imagine what will happen if we tug on the string to look inside, peer inside. Would it be filled with fulfillment of an old wish? Remember the curiosity we have before opening the present, the magical space between the dream and the truth. The gift reminds us of excitement we have in certain moments. So don't take away certain moments. It's almost like don't be in a rush to see what's in that box either. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but like it's a gift. It's curiosity. But it's simple, right? But magical. So some of you guys, it's like an old wish. Something you wished maybe 5 years ago, 23 months ago. It's a wish. Okay, so that's exciting. All right, some type of gift wish is going to come through for you guys. Some of the collective, right? It could be a spiritual gift. It could be something in the box. It's almost like, if I was to clarify that, it's a given that it would be, I almost said it's a given it would be the moon, but I almost feel like it's a given that it would be the high priestess. That's strange because I shouldn't even be looking in that box. A little insight on that box. So I guess look at something in a more positive way, because it's like if you look into the box, it could be magical, you know? So it's the 10 of Wands, it's reversed, right? So there's like oppression around you, but that's definitely going to subside. So whatever this is at first, it might feel heavy. It might. So to me, it's going to relieve the oppression as well. Okay. Because again, it was reversed. This is laying the weight down, letting something go, having the strength to look at something in a more optimistic point of view. Okay. It's letting this energy go. This energy doesn't suit you, right? So it's a gift. So we'll leave it at that. And it is a gift to lay some weight down, or to have a shift of energy, or to look at something differently and, push through. I do kind of feel like you need to be a little careful. This, like I said, it's a dainty deck, but the way she's carrying it is like this, right? So I wouldn't say that's throwing me off. It's still a gift, right? It's just, be careful. And one of the messages, right? It was like seeing both sides of a situation. Is that what it was? It was something like that, right? Would it be fulfilled? Would it be fulfillment of an old wish? Remember the curiosity we had before opening the present, the magical space between the dreams, like what you want, and the truth. The gift reminds us of excitement, and that's not what I read. We don't know for sure, but it seems like a gift, simple on the outside, but perhaps magical within. I already read that. What's inside the box, we don't know for sure. We can only imagine what would happen if we tug on the string and peer inside. So it says nothing about seeing two sides of a situation, which is very strange. Oh, I remember what it was. I'm so sorry. It was the pansy. It was the pansy, right? That's what it was. My bad. Most often, pansies are used to symbolize loving feelings. Pansies can also represent free thinking and consideration. It's often used as a get well flower as well. Pansies can show you can sympathize with someone's pain and distress. That makes total sense why it's the 10 of Wands, right? It's oppression. It's a lot. So you can sympathize with it. You get it. You know what I'm saying? So it's look for the magical things in life. I guess it's just time to really change their perspective. And this flower, also the birth of flowers in the month of February. So I don't know if you're dealing with a February baby. Maybe there's something that's going to go down in February. So, did you see that flickering? Why is it doing that? Is my phone being hacked? Anywho. So it's a gift. Get well. So you can symbolize with someone's pain and distress. And like I said, oppression, that's what that is. Letting that go. Possibly seeing two sides of a situation. Looking at something differently. And it's ironic because I thought for sure it'd be the moon or the high priestess. And now it's like I read that and I read that. It's more like, not the star, but it's more like the hangman, even though like it's not really hung up. Well, see, now that I think about it, it's hung up on her fingers, like it's dainty. Just be careful with your thoughts. Whatever this is going to relieve stress, oppression. Okay? So just know that maybe you should be more open. Okay? So that's really good. Was it Patreon where, I don't know if any of you guys right now on my Patreon, some of you obviously, but was it Patreon where I was like something about compassion? Wasn't it actually soul's contract? I think it was the soul's contract when an important message came out like that. Where it was for sure. You can find the link below for my Patreon. But that's what it was. It was soul's contract for this week. Where I was trying to like tell you guys, like, I know we probably don't want to do this, or Max is playing with Sheldon. So it actually is all like, it's making sense. It's coming together. I guess now that I'm like sitting back and looking at it and really looking into like what this is saying without even, the regular tarot deck, I can tell you there's a shift. It's just a matter of how you go about it. And being able to sympathize in certain stuff, that's not always easy. Especially if you're dealing with someone else and you're going through your own struggle to push through certain stuff too. So just know it's you're laying the weight down, guys. Like, it's definitely the end. You have the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck too. Okay. So that's funny because then I looked at the bottom of the deck, and now it's the Chariot. So I must have shuffled because that's the Hierophant. So I think it's real important that it's like teaching myself at the same time too, of whatever's next will be light and heavy. So don't let the heavy take away from the light. Push through, if that makes sense as a message. Because if you take what I'm saying when I started at the 10-minute mark and you were to watch Soul's Contract, and that's for Patreon, but I actually almost want to upload it for you guys, but that takes away from Patreon. It was a very direct message like that as well. Okay, so this gift takes oppression away, but I'm telling you, there's going to be chaos with it. So you're going to have strength. And that card represented February, right? No, the Pansy did, even though it's spring. But there's snow in the sky here. So I don't know if something big is going to go down in February. Or what's that? 5 is March. 10 is October. So you might be laying the weight down in October. Maybe it's October 25th, which is right around the corner. October 23rd, which is today. You know what I mean? The 10 is October, and now we have the 23rd. And I want to say today is the 23rd. And if you notice all the stars in the background here, you got something in the sky here. You can't plant seeds here. So maybe you already planted seeds. or March 23rd, March 10th. I don't know what that's regarding. But it's really a strong message. As see, this oracle deck really does take even my energy down a notch, because it, like I said, it is very delicate. So whoever suggested this deck, great job, because it pulled me to that one. And I think it was absolutely necessary to explain what's in that box. And it's a gift. I so feel a struggle with that. And I think it's just because the 10 of Wands is there. And I need to stress to you guys that now is not the time to stress about other things. Now is the time to let go of the oppression, to sympathize, and to push through. So I don't know what's about to go down. Something major might go down today. Or it's just, honestly, it's the energy. I almost don't even want to read this deck. I will, but I feel like I almost am pulled to that deck because it's more daintier too. But again, it's real life, and I can't take away from what's going on outside that box either. Right? So let's do this. So we have the Lovers and the Three of Bats, which is the Three of Swords. Okay. So this Lovers, see right off the rip, it's tension. The Lovers is a beautiful card though. Okay. But there is some pain. There's still some past pain in a scenario. And I think that's where the sympathy would probably kick in. Do not pity and don't sympathize like that. Okay. Use your best discernment on how you approach something. I almost feel like she got a letter in her hands, and that has a hat, which reminds me of Valentine's Day. Again, February. So, and look at that. The ring I'm wearing, I just got pulled to Amethyst this February. So I don't know what's up with February. Okay. But Ace of Pumpkin right here. So just know I'm telling you, don't let something get the best of you with this 10 of Wands. You see how that's like Dracula? And it's like trying to like scare you away. You can't. And you have the cat. You're protected. Okay, so this Three of Bats is either pain you've been holding on to. The Three of Swords is always past pain. It's mental. It's mental pain that you've been holding on to. Like, it's definitely a time to let go with whatever's in this box. Like, don't be in a rush to take the strings off. You know what I mean? But almost like savor the moment. This is such a weird analogy, but savor the moment as if like there's a cannoli in there, or there's a slice of, cheesecake or cake or a cupcake from the bakery, like, or whatever you savor, that word came out wrong. It's not like a treat, but you know what I mean? Like, savor the moment. Like, there's no need to just like pull that string off. Let the string just, happen at its own accord, right? Because this scenario, this gift, whatever's going down, is the gift itself is not heavy. The gift takes away the heaviness, but you also got to imagine, manifest, right? Because I feel like I almost thought that was the magician and it's Dracula. So again, there's protection, And protection is nice, but you still have to go through things that are going to be heavy and disappointing. So to me, it's like with the Lovers and the Three of Pain, that's the past. You got to let the past go in order to have a connection like that with the Lovers. Like, does that make sense? There could be, I don't think there's somebody heartbroken. I mean, I guess it's a possibility, but they wouldn't be a lover like that. Or your lover, maybe you need to sympathize because they're going through something. But this is more like, and see, the guy's protected too. That's a feminine. So I don't know if it's the feminine that's having more of a hard time accepting something right now and trying her hardest to even like call a truce, because there's a sword right there. And see the cat's like, you better check yourself. Over here, it's like we have bats that are like, haha. So I don't know if there's like two people against you, family, friends, and then we got this bat like, back the fuck up. Like, you're done raining on this cat. Like, done. So the Two of Swords comes before the Three of Swords troops. The Two of Swords talks about making a decision, being extremely indecisive until you make a decision. And now we have the Three. So I don't know if somebody made a decision, is going to make a decision, had already made the decision, but it's still painful. It's still heavy, but it's making the right one, because every choice has a consequence. And this one seems to be a wish, a past wish you had made. And I've taught you guys this. A lot of things we wish for, we get. It's just not what we think it is. And I think I'm just at that age, and I've had so many experiences that I can accept that. But other people might have a really hard time. Okay. And I do see feminine, a lot of feminine here, but it doesn't mean it's not the other way around. Right? So this is still kind of hard to pinpoint what's what. But I will tell you, she's protected. She might have some scary dreams. She might question if she's doing the right thing. She might question if she's being tricked. But at the end of the day, it's the Lovers. It's also a decision, right? I don't feel like, I don't know yet, but all I know is like, even this wet cat over here that's probably going through all that oppression is being protected. But I do feel like there's enemies. And I almost said hidden enemies, but at this point, I don't even feel like they would be hidden enemies, right? This would just be, it's almost like throwing it in your face, because you got the tower, you got a storm. And it's like, there's no need to throw anything in anyone's face, but you got two people here that are not going to agree with what you choose, because you're choosing to get out of the storm, to get out of the rain. And it might be because you have this, or because that's what you want and that's what you deserve. So someone's mind, someone's perception is changing. And again, I don't look at the Three of Swords as sympathizing. But with the dainty gift card, it's like, again, like, look at it. It's like she's being protected. She's got the umbrella. He or she is protected. Something over her head. He or she, again, protected. You're protected from pain. You're protected from oppression. Now it's just time to let it go. Yes, you probably have two or more people that are not going to be happy with your decision. Right? I don't know if this one's like in shock. Like, who, me? Remember that song when we were little? Who, me? Yes, you. Oh, who stole the cookie from the cookie jar? So now we're talking about cookies. Now earlier I was talking about cannolis. So I don't, it's, it's almost like shock. And the tower is at the bottom of the deck. No, the ace of pumpkins. I did see the tower. So there's a lot of cards that are coming to me that aren't quite on the board yet. So I feel like, if there's a lover in this situation, it's a choice too, right? So it's like maybe the choice has already been made in a whole nother realm and it's coming together. But look I didn't even notice that. She got a bat watching her too. And a cat. Someone here, I'm assuming it's the male or same sex, I just got a female here, right? Is like, get the fuck out of here. And not in a mean way. So it's like, she's spiritually protected. She got the cat. But someone on his side is protecting something too. I don't know if she comes in to help with the storm or she needs to sympathize why there's a storm, because there's a storm. But it's past pain. Okay? It's past. So you can't hold on to that. That's oppression all damn day. This gift could have been somebody coming into your life. And if that's the case, people have to learn how to like really cherish each other and put aside chaos, because this is a straight up storm and that's a lightning bolt as if the tower was here, right? So don't be too quick to open that box either. I don't know if that's just like fear speaking. If it's because I'm looking at her feet like it's a shadow. So don't let your shadow side get the best of you, because there is going to be some chaos. But there's like woman, man, because it's like not the same cat, and it's kind of unhealthy. It's like devilly eyes. This one's already awakened, not to pass judgment, but you know what I'm saying? Like, this is toxic. It's not just disappointment. It's toxic. It's kind of unhealthy. So you're gonna need to accept certain things too. You gotta be careful because there's a snake around too. Again, you're protected, but it doesn't mean that you don't have to push through. So I hope you're picking up on that. I know it sounds like I'm repeating myself, but it's like she got a dog here. Like, get the fuck out of here. Spiritually guided here. Whoever's guiding him or her, whoever this is, straight up is guiding her too. So this is like a spirit or an ancestor that wants to see two people together. I don't know if it's a dead one or if it's your spirit guides. At the end of the day, I don't think it matters. It might matter to some. It might matter to some of you, to know that maybe it's family. It's more comforting, But how do you know it wasn't your family? And then your guide set it up. I don't know how it's gonna go, but that's a really important message to give. Sheldon. I almost said Sheldon Marie, and Sheldon's a boy. Hold on. I don't want him hanging out on plastic. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you stuck? Oh my goodness, you were stuck. What are you doing? What are you doing, silly boy? Good thing I checked. He was straight up stuck under a box I had under my bed. That's still in a bag. I think it's Best Buy with the receipt in it, so I didn't lose it. And there was no way he was getting off of that. So I'm glad I went and looked. And that can be an additional message for you too. Making sure someone's okay. I wouldn't overdo it though, guys. I'm not kidding. There's something about this box. I'm not saying don't enjoy it, right? There's something magical inside of it, but just don't be in a rush to take that off. Whatever it is. Like I almost feel like I have anxiety saying that to you guys. Like there's no need. Imagine what's in that box. Be in the moment. I heard a saying the other day by Confucius, and he's one of my favorites. And there's only very few sayings by Confucius that I'm like not too sure. I have a lot of favorites. I heard this one the other day for the very first time, and I was like, no fucking shit. I was like, really? So it says, what's the meaning? So here's one of his things. You have two lives. The second begins when you realize you only have one. Okay? So it's like a puzzle. You have two lives. The second begins when you realize you have one. So that's like a rebirth. Everyone has like a rebirth, a new opportunity, right? To have a new life, which is a beautiful gift. But the meaning behind that saying of we have two lives and the second one begins when you realize you have one. The meaning, that line is about a man's learning when he realizes that life is just one. Happiness was neither in the past nor will it be in the future. Happiness is always in the present moment. In the second life, he wants to live every moment like he has and that he wants to make it so he can be happy again. So having the power. So this is a very symbolic reading, okay? And it's actually very symbolic to me too, in my own ways. No matter what it's regarding to me, I can feel with no matter with what is what. I'm not saying don't not look forward to what's in the box. But don't be quick to open the box. I hope I'm not confusing you. Like the box is here. So don't let fear get in the way. Don't let other people's opinions get in the way. Don't let haters get in the way, because there's going to be some controversy here. Okay. So again, I love Confucius, and I was so shocked that was the first time I ever came across that one, because I even have him like on Pinterest. Like there's even a book like upstairs. I absolutely adore his sayings, right? So again, I want to say in Patreon there was a masculine energy. I don't know for sure, but I was pulled to Patreon again. Which makes sense because I have more heart-to-heart conversations with you guys on Patreon than I do on YouTube. And I'm very open on YouTube too, right? But it's a little different on Patreon. So why did I stop again? Oh, the Confucius. Oh, and the box. So yeah, don't not open it, but just enjoy what's in it. It's magical. It's a gift. It's a wish. It's something you wished for. Oppression is going away. The weight that you've been carrying is going to subside, because it's like you're choosing to either imagine what's in that box. Don't get lost. Don't overthink what's in that box. Keep it simple. Like I just saw a ring. Earlier I was seeing cannolis. You know, it could just be a love letter. It could be, again, an old wish. It could be empty and you open it and magical fairy dust comes out. Like, we don't know what's in that box, but I'm telling you for damn sure, that there is something important in that box, and there is something with October 23rd, which is today. And there is absolutely something with February. So I don't know if you're dealing with an Aquarius. I don't know if your favorite stone is an amethyst. There's something with pansies. The skies, the stars are aligning. It's kind of destined. It could be part of your destiny. It could be part of your Akashic records. You know, a lot of people just want to lay that weight down and go into something effortlessly. This is not that scenario, because we still have past pain on the board. And this is like, who, me? Like, who stole the cookie from the cookie jar? And Dracula's like, I don't know. Look at his smirk. It's like, yeah, I got the cookie. So I don't know if there's a feminine now that's like nervous, apprehensive, trying. She needs to be more sympathetic, which somebody who's extremely spiritual can be, right? But the dynamics shift when something becomes more realistic. So don't let fear get the best of you either. See how it was just a breeze? It's something very dainty. I really am happy I chose this deck, because I think we all needed a nice shift of dainty energy. Again, don't get me wrong. There's a storm that's brewing, or it's already in the process. To me, it's like the tower already hit. But whatever your next move is, considering the Ace of Pence is right here, which is solid, okay? There's still past pain. There's still some toxic energy with the red eyes. This one is aware. If anything, the spiritual mama might struggle a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I don't think that's a bad thing. I almost feel like this is an extremely strong message for the woman. And in the beginning, I honestly felt like it was for the man. So it's kind of ironic that feeling, and I'm not, not the story that's changing necessarily, but you could have nightmares that someone's just going to hurt you again. This is the past pain. You could be dealing with the past. It's a past wish. And I mean, yeah, each one of these freaking cards got women on it. So that just kind of threw me off a little bit. I don't know if it's going to be harder for you when you thought it was actually going to be harder for somebody else, because for a while we've been trying to watch, the masculine push through. You know how to look inside that box, but you also know how to, this is like being an empath, not even trying to carry the weight, but carrying it, because you are sympathetic. It's very empathic energy. So I don't want to take away from the men. I don't want to take away from the women, but I in all reality, it's almost stressing to the woman. Like, hey, like, you can do this. You're capable of doing it. You have that delicate side, right? So I don't know if you've been more like, not a flower, but like, not a weed. Mind you, I like weeds, but like a vegetable, like a hard root. Like, I don't know how to explain it. You go from like being a hard root to a very dainty, delicate. So I think you have the capability to be less of a hard ass, or let your guard down, because whatever this is takes pressure off of you. So I don't know if it's disbelief, because look at her face, almost like, who, me? And then I got, who stole the cookie from the cookie jar? But like, he looks happy, like he's got his cookie. I know it sounds weird. And this can absolutely, hands down, be a masculine energy too. But from the depiction on the cards and what I'm getting here, it's like the masculine's still in a storm. Whatever this is, if the gift is a person, regardless, it's for each other, especially with the lovers, two people, right? So I just don't know if it's stressing the feminine here or it's just an additional message I needed to give the feminine. And just be aware, right? That there's definitely a little bit of a storm here at Tower. Got the Hierophant. Is it a lesson? Is it a leader? The Hierophant is a very, very religious factor. It can be a politician. It could be a lot of things. It usually represents religion more than a relationship, but it's like we have these looking right over here. And now look at the cat over him or her, but he's all mummified. See, it's like time to play, time to relax, time to chill out. It's time to unravel. It's time to, find out who you are. It's time. And there's confusion between like two people. This one's like, come on, you can do it. Yeah, I got you. Now that cat's right there. Oh, I'm sorry, this is in the way. It's time to have fun. Eight of bats reversed. See what I'm saying? It's time to, when it's reversed, you're unrestricting, you're taking restrictions down, right? And don't get caught up. Do not get caught up again in this energy. It's time to unravel. It's time to have fun. Let the confusion go. Easier said than done, right? But it's getting done. Don't continue to hide. This is the energy of you know better. This could be a spiritual connection too. Like the high priestess is usually like the feminine spiritual. And in the deck of cards, the masculine would be the Hierophant. Tell me about this Hierophant. So there's past pain. There could be somebody new in the picture. There could have been options in the past. Here's a 3. Here's a lovers. Could have been a previous relationship. This could be a past coming back. 3 of Wands. Okay, so that's good. This talks about your future. It talks about patience. And again, you got 2 people. You got the moon smiling down at you. It's like your ships are here. You're being guided. It's time to grow. Cat's like, I got you. Again, I don't know if you're coming out of like devilish energy, something like toxic. There could be somebody at a distance. Some of you might be going on some retreat that's out of nowhere. This could usually be a kind of politics, but right now I think it's religion more than a relationship. But this could be fear of being hurt or afraid to open your heart, afraid to move forward. It requires patience. It requires going through a storm. It requires being honest. It requires to you to relax and have fun on both ends of the spectrum. Because this one's almost like, man, it's almost like shock. Could be fear. It's like you're ready though. This moon, especially this Pisces new moon, really is doing a great job. This is really not like a typical full moon. I can't explain it. I don't know if it's because it's Pisces, the most spiritual zodiac, closest to the stars. You know what I'm saying? Like it's psychic. It's like it's water. But this moon is really taking away oppression, pain. You also got to choose to let that go. I don't feel like anybody's struggling here to let that go. I don't see that. Let me try to put a notebook under this so you guys don't see the black as much. That help you get a little bit. Oh, that doesn't help when I bend it back over. Okay. I'll work on that tomorrow. I'll put it on something else. But don't forget about that energy either, because this gift takes that oppression away, that weight, that stress, that feeling of like you need to hold on to it. You don't. It's like you're laying the weight down. Like look how light and dainty that box is. And then you get to drop all that weight, all the sticks, the stones. So some of you are dealing with a lover. There's something coming probably back around. It's here. To me, this is more like time to play. I don't think either of you know how to do it, to be quite honest with you. You might know how to do it, but there's something very new. So I'm not going to lie when I say there's going to be some shit to push through. And it doesn't have to be heavy. There's something in there. It's an old wish. Something's coming to fruition. So don't take this past pain. Don't take the past into your present moment. This does have to do with your future. Try not to look too far into the future. You got to be in the moment. You got to live in the moment. Again, it's like the Confucius. So you got the 8 of Pumpkins and the 6 of Cups with the Lovers. So probably, again, the 6 of Cups is your past. Somebody from your past. Reconnecting. Look at him handing like a flower. It's not a pansy. But this is like working together, working hard, still being who you are, being an individual, being happier. So when I'm asking about the Lovers, I don't want to know what's going down in the past with these 4 cards. I want to know currently. So this is something coming from the past. An old soulmate. It could be somebody brand new. It could be somebody you know. It could be a friendship. It could be a lover. It could be somebody new. You got to let go of the past. The past is all over the board. Got to let go of the past. October is going to be a pretty prominent month, I think, for you guys. and something about, well, again, yeah, October 23rd. I don't know. It's a 6 though. If you put those all together, it's moving forward. Okay. So this is like a past wish. This is the past. In bed, I don't know if it's a dream. One of those talked about dreams and the truth, working on things, working together, being happier, seeing the shifts. And I like this 8 of Pence. When do we see the 8 of Pence where there's smiles and you're happy? This is very happy working on something. You're going to be happy about your choice. You're going to be happy the way you're looking at something. You're going to be happy when that box finally opens. And again, I see 4 spears. That's like the 4 of wands. It's solid. It's secure. So this, you could meet somebody at work. This could be you just be happier at work. This could seem like once you get past some things, this could actually seem effortless. Like it's just natural. It's organic. Keep fighting for what you want. Like I said, there's going to be a little stance here, but you're no longer behind the wands. You're in front of the wand. You're putting the weight down. Yes, it might become a little tiring because there's still a little bit of a storm. Okay. So I think I want to read the 3 of Bats a little differently. Well, just tell me about it. It's going to be linked to the past. Okay, so here, what's the best thing for this 3 of Bats? Let's just do it that way. What's the best thing? Because it's mental and it's emotional. Because it's targeted the heart, right? So it's a Tower. So again, I said the Tower already came in. It can be shocking. It can be upheaval. It can be an uproar. It can be extremely positive. Okay. But this is like you got 2 ghosts coming out of the castle. So I don't know if there's a breakup, an end to something, and you're starting something new. Sometimes people come into each other's lives for unknown reasons. Blessings in disguise, wishes that you never saw coming. Let it crash. This is rebuilding. And I saw that right here. And you're going to, with the 4 of Wands, you're going to be happy rebuilding. So be real careful, like I said, and like I've been stating, okay? Not to get trapped and not to get held up in other people's energy. Because there's other people that are not going to like your decision. It could be on both ends of the spectrum. Let's not forget that there's 2 people here now. 2 people have to work through something regarding the past. Even if this is somebody brand new, it's still having to push through. Because that Tower, this storm is painful, but it's past pain that's being held on to. It's somebody stirring up past pain, wanting to like argue or bicker. That message came through the other day. Maybe it just hasn't happened yet, but it will. Majority of you, I think it already happened. Yeah, see the two of bats. Like I said, this is you go from being undecisive, not wanting to see something, to seeing something and making up your mind. Okay. So in the midst of that, there's still some chaos. This is you have to push through. But I wouldn't recommend thinking about it or overthinking it because there's already oppression. There's already sorrow, disappointment. Even though you decided to go in a new direction, you're trying to go in a new direction, you're trying to be optimistic, you're trying to lift restrictions, create healthy boundaries. It's still new. It's new because it's wiping the past, and it's new because this involves your future, but you have to know how to live in the moment. That's why the box is here. Look at the excitement in the box. Imagine what's in the box. And don't be a pessimist about what's inside the box. You know? Because whatever this is, with this new lover or old lover, somebody coming back around, it brings happiness, it brings joy, it brings contentment. And again, I truly feel like it's ancestors. Spirit would be like the cat. It's your spirit guide. Some of you guys, this could be the third lifetime that you've had. You could be celebrating in a whole nother realm that you might do something on this realm. Because this is new. It's a new person or somebody from your past. It's still new. Because that's like shock. But I can't say you didn't see it coming. You're extremely intuitive. You got the black cat next to you. It's like being the high priestess. So I don't know if you're having dreams or it's in the past placement, right? So a past lover. 6 of Cups is past life, past lover. I don't think we're talking about children here. Normally that's children, but I wouldn't add them into the equation just right now in this card. This is just being happy again. Waking up each day. Each day is getting a little easier, a little easier. Careful with that tower. What's this Hierophant representing? So is it the end of an old relationship? Or is this a new lesson? Is it a new... Lessons never stop, right? And I don't want you to look at a lesson as if it's a bad thing. The Devil. That's the end of a toxic relationship. This could also be the start of a very passionate relationship. This could also be addictions. This can also be something extremely unhealthy. There is like unhealthy individuals, okay? How do I explain it? I'm definitely not a doctor. I don't think you need to be worried about getting wrapped up in somebody else's energy, but you need to know there's not great energy surrounding you and somebody for whatever this is. Could this be fear of a relationship, fear of commitment, fear of getting hurt again, fear of the future, fear of everything crashing? Absolutely. But you can't have that mindset. You gotta be smarter than that. To me, this is the end of something toxic in the beginning of your future. Yeah, see, this with the, well, again, it's conflict, the 5 of Wands, competition, conflict, it's gone, it's done. There's no competition. Somebody was getting a lot of attention. This is having to let go of the ego, focusing on multiple things, but one thing that brings you happiness. Stop focusing on the past pain and how things went down. You have to stay present. Some of you might have to train your brain. Again, there might be conflict with the past. I've already mentioned that, but don't let that get the best of you. Yeah, because, see, there's going to be conflict. Somebody made a decision, or you're about to make a decision to take a brand new path. Somebody is not going to like your choice. Hopefully this energy does not subside. You know what I mean? So not so great. It's okay. Right? I'm going to be a little more optimistic here, guys. Okay? This 3 of Wands, this is your future. You need to learn how to live in the moment. Both of you. You're gonna have to push through. But there's a wish. Yep. There's that 4 of Wands and the 7 of Bats. The 7 of Swords would be lies, manipulation, secrecy. It's reversed. It's no longer a secret. The whole dynamic, someone's whole foundation is shifting. This talks about commitment, weddings, happiness, eternity, celebrations. You could be going to get together. You're no longer hidden. It could be multiple things. It could be you can move in with each other in 3 months. You might be marrying this person in 3 months. You can be in a commitment in 3 months, 3 weeks. However this works for you, 3 days, 3 fucking hours. Just let something happen. Okay? So there's those 4 wands. Whatever this is, you guys are going to be happy. There's no more sabotage. There's no more. And that takes discipline, right? So it's time to rest. It's time to have fun. It's time to not worry. You're being watched over. I'm going to throw one card for what's happening here, because some of you might need a little advice. The overall message is that there's a gift, there's a past wish, there's happiness right in front of you, there's a future, it's solid, it's not unhealthy, you don't need to worry. You might be unhealthy right now. Again, I don't think you need to worry, which is a weird message, because going into something where someone might be in an unhealthy situation, this would make an individual injustice for all. I almost sing the Pledge of Allegiance. So again, religious, I forgot what I was going to say. This would make an individual unhealthy though. But maybe you're meant to be in this person's life right now, vice versa. Heal each other. It's an each other thing, because it's the lovers. You know what I'm saying? It's not just one or the other. It will affect the other. But this is good. This brings straight up happiness. Some of you, this is a life partnership coming in. It's from your past. It's just things in your dynamic shifting. So if you're getting out of this karmic situation, this is your advice. If you're the other person that just got this treat, this snack, whatever's in the box, so fucking weird to look at it, because it's like, who, me? It's, I don't think it's like disbelief, but it, like it is like, oh really, like, is this like this gonna happen? It's, you know what I'm saying? You have a sword there. It's very fresh. I don't think you cannot handle it. Whatever this is brings happiness, but I think it's a struggle on both sides too, right? So, like I said, I don't know what's in that box. It could be a freaking cannoli. You can call it a treat. Like in all reality, like me growing up, my mom would be like, "Oh my gosh, that's a treat," and I'd be like, "Oh my god, that's so silly." Like I always look at treats as like for the dog. You want a treat, you know? But my mom, something good will happen, or she'll be like, "I brought you home a treat," but she means it in a different way, like a very sincere, like, "I thought of you" type of treat. That's a nice way to look at it, right? It's like thinking about somebody. I thought about you. So nice reading. You just got to push through the chaos, and there's going to be freaking chaos. But remember, if there's arguing and conflict, like we saw, you're doing it's the right move because it was a very unhealthy situation, and somebody's probably still going to try to stop you, maybe seduce you. Someone will go to all ends of the earth to not see you with someone else. I hope this energy doesn't last too long. And the way to have it subside a little quicker is obviously honesty, right? But like putting your foot down, standing up for what you want, your own beliefs. Because at the end of the day, this is about your future and living here and now. It's like coming out of the closet. But that song came to me. I'm cleaning out my closet because somebody mentioned it the other day on YouTube. You're cleaning out your closet, or you're coming out of the closet if they're the same sex. I feel like that's been in the reads the last week or so, which is very strange. Well, I don't think it's strange at all, but it just doesn't normally come in like that. So I think it's just like a big secret being revealed, or you're just going for it. It's like you don't even have to deliver the message. It's like whatever you do next, it's just you're putting it out there. It's already out there. It was already put out to the universe. It's here. So don't let fear hold you back because you for real have one foundation crumbling and you're starting something solid. Again, see, it's like something you planted, it's already sprouting. And it's fucking big. It's a big deal. It's a tree. It's not a full size tree, right? But that's a pretty big fucking tree. I don't does something grow that quick in one season? I don't know. This is also the month of October. This and the Pisces new moon is the harvest moon. You are harvesting something that is going to bring happiness, joy, contentment. It's not toxic. So, whoever this advice is for, I'm going to pull on this what you need to know besides what I've already shared. You take this message how it resonates with you, right? Don't forget, we already know there's a bigger package here. There's a wish that's already here, okay? So ultimately, this is pushing through. The message is so strong. And I don't think it's going to be difficult, but it's not going to be as difficult. It becomes more difficult when things aren't addressed, when things aren't getting done. So do what's right. Transformation. I wanted the card to come out by itself, but I kept hearing grab it, like take it. So again, I think there's some fear because I didn't want to take it. I wanted the card to come out, but things don't always happen the way they're supposed to happen, right? Like take it, and it's like fuck, I don't want to take it, but I took it, and it makes sense that there's some transformation happening here, progress, the answers you seeked, the identity. This woman is dressed in a red polka dotted dress. The upper part, mind you, this whole deck is feminine, so that's why, okay? Progress, identity, seeking answers. A woman is dressed in a red polka dotted dress. The upper part has already begun the process of transforming into a butterfly. With her hand, she touches her chest, which is exactly what she's doing here, okay? Is the butterfly a part of her body, or is it a symbol of her soul? Is the woman transforming into a brand new life? Is this scary? This card leaves us with more questions than answers. Maybe you will find the answers by thinking about what you would like or how to respond to these questions. Am I the person I would like to be? What can I do right now to transform a small part of myself? Maybe be non-judgmental, accept self-compassion. See what I'm saying? I think it's going to be hard. This is a deck of women, but there's something here. I think it's going to be harder for this woman. I really feel like this message is for the feminine right now. But the man is going to be happy. So I don't know if you're going to worry and have nightmares that something's not going to transform or someone's not going to pull through. Because you got the devil, you got the tower, the Hierophant, like it's over, right? But I do feel like there's a little bit of a struggle. The upper part has already started to transform into the butterfly. With her hand, she touches her chest. Is the butterfly part of her body, or is it a symbol of her soul? Because right now, this woman is about to transition into a brand new life. Could be a man too. Again, it's the lovers. It's two people transitioning. Maybe you'll find the answers thinking about how you would respond to these questions. Am I the person I want to be? What can I do right now to transform something small? So like I said earlier, I don't know if the women right now are completely like a hard ass or like it's a lot, because whatever he's going through, she's going through. Or somebody brand spanking new, you don't know who this person is unless it's someone from your past and you are just going through a transformation. But this shapes your life. This really is a brand new life. You really are stepping into something that's happy. Try not to be I don't know. I feel like you got to be a little dainty. Like, so spirit's asking you, or the masculine, to give a little. What can you do right now to transform the smallest part of yourself? I can already tell there's a little transformation that leads to something bigger, obviously. Right? So again, I really truly believe like that message is for both individuals here. You both got to give a little. You know, he or she's touching her soul. He or she touching her soul. This is a soul connection. It's probably a soulmate with the lovers. Looks like there's definitely a past life soulmate, which makes it more powerful. But don't let that overwhelm you. I do feel, again, this transformation is for two people, but I really do feel like the woman might struggle more than the masculine. And it's the masculine that's been struggling. Where is... Hi, buddy. I'm just looking for... I thought it was right here. Oh, right here. One of my messages are gonna wrap it up. I get to go have lunch with Lonnie. I got my day off. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. You know. It's gonna be an intimidating transformation. Just know it brings happiness. It brings a wish. I can't stress it enough. It lets go of stress, oppression, depression. I didn't say that twice. Oppression, depression. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a release. And if there's no masculine here, okay, another important message, if you're dealing with one, you know what they're going through. Maybe that's why you need to be a little more delicate with like the pansy, or, sympathizing. Don't pity, because it's like spirits asking you to sympathize. And I can say that so clearly because that came in on Patreon. And I was like, have fun with that, ladies. Because I think if you were to back out of something now, or when this comes in, I think you'd be making a mistake. Use your gut, guys. You got to know if you're in something karmic or not. And the story that's been on the board has been not wanting to clean up somebody else's karmic shit, right? But it looks like someone's going to start cleaning up their own shit. And it brings happiness. And same thing for the men. It's like the two of you are making the right choice. Don't doubt it. Like, there's a gift in that box. It keeps pulling me to the box, and it's so delicate, but it takes away worries, weight. I mean, you could be physically losing weight. You know what I mean? There's no magic pill in that box, but it's powerful enough to shift your perspective. Like, hey, all right, I lost 5 pounds. I don't know if it's a cheat day, but there's something real yummy in there. I don't know why I keep putting food there. I'm a fucking foodie, okay? But again, I think it's more of a special thing, like how my mom would be like, I got you a treat. Why do I keep putting food there? It's whimsical, it's excitement, it's curiosity. Under the snowy sky, the woman with the feather holds a little box. What's inside that box? ? We don't know for sure. But it seems like it's definitely a gift. Simple on the outside, but perhaps extremely magical within. We can only imagine what would happen if we tug on the string and peer inside. Would you be fulfilled? Because it could be a fulfillment of an old wish. Remember the curiosity we have before opening the present. The magical space between dreams and the truth. Dreams, reality. The gift reminds us of excitement that we have in special moments. So there's going to be moments, okay? Again, I don't feel the need to open that box quite yet. It's something you need to be careful with, how you address something. I just got an email, said 1010. 1010 is a very powerful message as well. It's about new paths, spiritual meaning of 1010. I haven't actually seen 1010 in a long time. To be quite honest with you. Yeah, personal development. Time for personal development, awakening, enlightenment. You got to keep your thoughts and your focus and your intentions on your soul. You have to raise them, and you have to stay positive. Okay? You're definitely on a new path. You're going in a new direction, and you're going toward your dreams and your desires. I'm telling you, be careful with that box. Encourages you to keep that belief, your thoughts, your mindset focused upon certain stuff, passions. Pay attention to intuition, thoughts, impressions, revealing answers. You will find, if you believe, this will be extremely successful and brings happiness. The 1010 tells you that you will find success in this situation and fulfillment in your endeavors. Okay, so very symbolic reading. You know, everyone thinks a new start is easy. New opportunities are easy. They are not. You have to see the good in something again. And I think it's probably been a while. It's almost like you can't imagine this happiness because there's been so much disappointment. And it doesn't have to be with a past person coming back like that. It's just whatever you've experienced. Because this is new. You both have a soul connection. If that's he and that's her, he looks calmer than her. Like I'm telling you, like there's something here where, believe it or not, I think he's going to be calmer about this situation than you are. You're mirroring each other's souls. This is a past life. Some of you, I don't use twin flame, but you do have the Four of Wands. If you believe in twin flames, I'm going to keep my opinion to myself. I believe in them on a whole nother realm. But you do have the Four of Wands, the Lovers, and the Six of Cups. This is hands down, no mistaken. This is a past life energy coming in, or you already know it. This is long term. This is happiness. It is the Four of Wands, the Lovers. It's happiness. Some of you, if you don't have babies, you're going to start having babies with this person. You will have children with this person. Others of you, be patient. Because that's a card. That Three of Wands is a card of patience, especially if it comes to a full-blown relationship or coming out in the open. I don't see nobody sabotaging nothing. So to me, it's more, this is just a big part of your future. Maybe you wanted something more out in the open. Maybe you wanted somebody to stop sabotaging a situation. But you got to be careful you're not sabotaging it yourself. I'm telling you, it's very delicate energy that I'm feeling. Maybe try not to just think about it as much. And if it's negative, push through, change your mindset. Because, again, this transformation Okay? Time to make a demonstration. And if they loved you, they still do. Okay? Just remember, whatever this is, it's a gift. Time to make a demonstration. The older the soul, the softer the glance, the quicker the smile, the sooner I say I love you. It's a skip and a wink, more than normal, and holds hands with those who walk beside you. It is time to, I wouldn't say step up, but it's time to take action. It's time to demonstrate your love. Okay? Again, there's an old soul here. You could both be old souls, but the older the soul, the softer the glance, the quicker the smile, the sooner I say I love you. There's also a skip and a wink, more than normal, and hold hands with those who walk beside you. It's time to open up. It's time to give a little to yourself, to the situation. If they once loved you, they still do. Thanks for every single time you have ever fell in love, whether or not it was obvious, whether or not it lasted, or whether or not you were loved back. It changed everything. Okay, so I don't know if you went through a whole lot of shit with this person or a whole lot of shit yourself in general. Okay, you could have been dealing with someone who's extremely closed off. But this is almost like spirit, like thanks for every time you fell in love. Whether or not it was obvious, you didn't see it coming, whether or not it lasted or not, or whether or not you felt that love back. It changed the dynamics of everything. There's still a lot of love. Hola. So there's that. There's that. It's a nice message. I think the next time I open a reading, I'm going to start with this dainty little deck. Because it was even nice for me as a reader to pick up on that softer energy, because in all reality, I really haven't had that softer energy either with you guys or with the reads, or you know what I'm saying? Just trying to I don't know. Thanks, Will. I do feel like I have a gift with teaching too. So it is nice when I know I have to calm my energy too and be realistic about what's happening with the shifts and the planets and all that. But it's nice to be feisty too once in a while. Sometimes that's gotta be there too. For real, what the fuck are you guys doing? So a little bit of both, a little bit of Monica in my life. So again, I do feel like that message was clearly for you and someone else. And there's so many messages within that reading. So that straight up is telling me your mind is going to go more towards fuck this shit. Something doesn't feel right. Fear. Can't do that. You can't. Especially if there's two of you. You don't want to project that energy. And if you're an empath and they're going through a massive ending and letting things go, you could experience, similar pain, and that could confuse you. If you're an empath and you're like, oh my gosh, this doesn't really feel like my pain, or paranoia slips in. So you got to be careful, because that's straight up telling me that can go in any direction. If it's at the end of the day, that message, it just needs to be a little more gentler. An old wish is coming to fruition. You're going through chaos in a time of massive transformation. You're resculpturing your life, your foundation. You're building upon one where you already planted some type of seeds. It's time to grow. It's time to nurture. It's time to probably give something a shot again, whether it's work, a friendship, it's whatever it is, it's going to be mutual. So you got to be careful with the way your thoughts go, where your thoughts roam. And this full moon in Pisces moon is so beneficial. It's like it's the first time a moon felt kind of calming, but yet doing its job so easily. So, but I don't think it's so easily. I don't think it's been easily. I don't think it's been an easy road. It's like knowing better, you know, finding your way out of a situation, scenarios where people felt trapped. Stop holding on to past pain. It's time to be here and now. It's gotta live in the moment. There's definitely a new sexual partner there with the Lovers and the Four of Wands, or a past lover. I actually want to pull one moon card, and then I gotta wrap this up. I'm like super excited to go hang out with Lonnie. Jade's in Texas. No, she's in Myrtle Beach right now. She goes to Texas next month. Me, Kaden in school. I am excited to go spend some time with Lonnie. So I don't know what you guys are doing today, but I'm liking the energy. You know what I mean? I do feel apprehensive with like certain stuff for sure. Especially if it's time to take down restrictions and certain barriers, because we want to be wary. We want to be cautious. We don't want to just go all in. We don't, you know what I'm saying? But if you're being asked to give again, you have to try. And I'm telling you, I know it's going to be a little bit of a struggle, but I think you can do it. Yeah, she's in the Carolinas. Okay. Lift some barriers. Don't overthink it. I really think you guys are going to overthink. How can you not? Just know that this change is going to set a solid foundation. Like, you are going to be happy that you decided to put effort into something. If it's in regards to you and someone else, put in effort. Maybe just give a little effort. Unless you talk about you talk about it and you're like, all right, are we going all in? We just gonna put a little effort in here. Some people may need baby steps, and some people might want to take a giant leap for extra security. I don't know. At the end of the day, just try to get on the same page. And if somebody hasn't entered your life yet, it's like it's coming. It's just the beginning. The moon, that full moon in Pisces, that it's here. It's now. We did use an October deck. There could be something extremely significant about October 23rd for you guys. Let's see, Lonnie's birthday is the 19th. No, Lonnie's is the 27th. Mia's is the 19th. So we have Libra. We have Scorpio. We have the 8th house. We have rebirth. We have justice, making fair and just and right decisions. There's going to be, when I just saw Libra, there's going to be a definite loss of some money, because that came into Patreon. But it's harvest time, so that money will be replaced, if that makes sense. It's like another message I'm getting, and it's like I don't know how to quite say it. I also think there's something about a relationship or something you might get into that benefits your money. So it's like, I don't know if you feel like you're taking a loss, but you're not. It's like not, you're not taking a hit if you guys are dealing with something that has to do with money. If you're starting a business, I'm telling you, it's going to be extremely successful. Even if you start having ideas in like October, very spiritual month. I feel like there's doors, there's voids, there's all sorts of stuff in October. You might have a strong spiritual connection with somebody. Don't let that freak you out. If you do or you have, it's time to talk about it. And others of you, it's like, just enjoy the feeling. Don't try to understand the feeling. There's like so many messages I could give with all the stuff that came in. But I think it's definitely time to be more delicate. I think the woman needs to be a little more sympathetic. Look at that, fulfillment. 20. There's going to be doubt, guys. Because when that came out, I got goosebumps when I said fulfillment, right? So I don't know what you were saying in your head. This is like getting that wish. And all I'm seeing is pomegranate juice and that's good for your heart, right? So this is, whatever this is good for your soul. They say a glass of wine, at least like in the Italian tradition, is a day is healthy. Antioxidants. There's something healthy about this connection. There's something about this connection that you will be coming into that brings fulfillment, that makes your soul happy. Some of you, I feel like this is so much bigger than self-fulfillment, or you're just in that energy of self-love, like nourishing yourself. And then, when you start doing the right things like that and you start taking care of yourself, whether somebody's in the picture or not, here they come. You know what I'm saying? So, again, whatever this is brings fulfillment. Again, pomegranate. And I've never looked at this card like this, and I've had these for years, and I don't think I've ever looked at it like this and explained the depiction on the cards versus the description in the book that I'm about to read, right? Something here is good for your soul. It's more than just fulfillment. And I just looked at the cup as being half full, than half empty. I've always been more of an optimist than a pessimist anyway. So I don't know if that's where that like self-doubt is coming in. This is a sign that your needs are being met, that you are close to achieving a new goal. Celebrate your choices at this time. You have drawn this symbol of fulfillment. Now is the time to integrate and digest what you've learned so late in life. Savior, like the box, every moment, and know that every encounter is intended to feed your soul. You are meant to have a rich, satisfying life, a taste of experience that life has to offer. Look around you and recognize all the way your life is already full. It's already full. You have so many reasons to feel good about yourself. All is well and will be well when you continue to choose fulfillment. So again, this is all about a choice that's being made or has been made, and you have to stick with it. Trust me, I feel like when I go into new things too, it's like I put like trial runs on it and trial periods. I don't know if that's smart or not. I don't know if I do that to benefit myself so I wouldn't back out of something. Okay, I'm going to give this so much time. You're mentally, emotionally, physically, you are not allowed to back out of this. Like, give yourself the 5 days. I don't know if that's shitty. I've never tried certain approaches like that. I just know it's new approaches to certain things will be beneficial. So how you want to go about it is clearly up to you. But you're about to choose fulfillment. Instead of holding on to past pain, oppression, depression, dark energy, things that's not working, you're moving forward. You're looking forward to certain things. Your energy's going to shift. You're going to be happier. There's going to be doubt. There needs to be sympathetic energy, okay, which is still like in my brain. Okay, this is why I'm saying like it's going to be hard to wrap your head around it. It's going to be hard to give again. It's going to be hard to, I don't know. All I know is that like at the end of the day, we all want this, we deserve it, right? And then it's like when things start coming together, certain people come in, or it's like, whoa, right? So you have to choose it. I celebrate your choice at this time. So right now you're making choices, or you've donned the symbol of fulfillment. Now is the time to integrate and digest what you've learned late in life. Savor every moment and know that your encounter is intended to feed your soul. You are meant to have this rich, satisfying life, this taste of experience that life has to offer right now. Look around and recognize all the things in your life that already fulfill you, that's already full. So this thing's already there. You need to acknowledge it. Stop with the pain. Be blessed if your family's alive. Be blessed that your vegetables grew this year. Like little things, guys, right? Like, because they're here, they're there. Neither here or there. Dr. Seuss is coming to me. So we forget things like that. And I forget things like that sometimes too. But look at today, as simple as like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited I get to go have lunch with Lonnie. That fulfills me. So little, right? Somebody in your life, maybe a conversation you have is it's like full, it's there. Could be scary, could be intimidating. I don't know how it's all gonna go down for you. But I know you need to try. Remember self-worth, what's best for you. Choose happiness over sorrow. Any day. Gotta let it go. So good to see you guys too. And I am gonna, like I said, I am gonna put an effort in to come on and try a little bit more. That's why I was like, maybe a new fresh idea on, what to come on, and instead of like current energy, or, think of something. So that way, it's like, all right, here's the update. You know what I'm saying? Um, and again, I gotta figure out a way of less stress. I'm gonna use my cards. I'm gonna flow. I'm going to take that pressure off me, and try that method. I've tried taking the pressure off me before, but that way of doing it didn't work, you know. Um, so I got to try a new approach. So again, be careful, because that's like a big message for me, and I do want to have that conversation with you one day, like even without cards, like here, here, everyone wants this or needs this or feels like they need to do this, and it's like pressure, and it's a path, and it makes you happy, and you have the drive and the capability, and you can bang out things, and you can just really kick ass entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I have that. I mean, there's no question. What physically stopped me was not being able to figure it out, and knowing that it won't always be tarot cards or this, and it's like, oh my gosh, well, I don't know how to do that without doing that, right? So it's like I held myself back because I just did. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought I have to get rid of these. And there's nothing wrong with these. These are my babies. They're my mysticals. Like, they'll go to my children. They'll go to my children's children. Like, like, I know I won't always do these, but man, like, no matter what direction I take towards YouTube, whether it's more of, coaching, or regardless, I don't want to take this from me either, right? And I just think, because I had it in the back of my head, like, you can do fine without them. Well, I'm doing just fine with them, right? So it's like, I got to change my perspective and how I move forward with certain stuff too. And I've never been that person to rely on other people, and you want this, then go get it. And I have always been that person, but I don't think I'll have an easy life. I don't think, well, it won't be rough, right? But I don't think, it's just one of those lives where it's like things aren't handed to me, but I don't expect things to be handed to me. I don't need things to be handed to me. Like, when my friends are going on vacation, I'm like, oh, it must be nice. Well, I'm not that person. Like, must be nice. Like, my brain will literally say, fucking work harder. I know you come home. I know you're tired. There's certain things, like, you gotta push through. So, more of the story is, you gotta push through. Find a different way, find a different tactic, you know. Thanks, Joe. Be easy on yourself. You're more than capable. I'm fucking more than capable. I just can't stress out being like, oh, I can't do that anymore. Trust me, I'm extremely gifted. I'm fully aware, the gift of gab, the gift of conversation, the gift of teaching, the gift of loving, the gift of nurturing. Like, there's hands down no question that that's where my passion lies. And I'll get there again. I just, like I said, I stressed myself out thinking I had to get rid of the cards because I knew the next approach was something. Like, what, for 2 years now, I've been saying I should be like a marriage counselor or a couple counselor. But that time never feels right when I'm teaching lessons and I'm teaching people to get out of karmic situations. Like, how am I just going to, turn the page just like that, and then all you guys are up and gone? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, I can't relate, or I'm not in a relationship, I'm not this, but I mean, this could help with, your children, your friends, the way you look at things, the way you go into a new situation, the new relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like it will come to me. But because I had it in my head, like being knowing, is that inner knowing of knowing that I can be like the next Jane Fonda of YouTube. We used to laugh all the time about that because it's there, it's not gone. Right. So it's like my mental mentality has to shift, which is the moral of the fucking message today. And don't stress yourself out. Little steps. Reconnect. Everybody gets burnt out. Everybody. Hey. All right. I'm going to go see my Lonnie and my Lucy Goose. I'm still trying to figure out energy healing practice because I don't want to fail. Yeah, don't worry about failing. Hook up with certain people. Call other practices. Find out what you're into. Find out if you can rent a booth. Find out if you could have student training when it's convenient for you. A lot of people just want to step into something and we forget about the little steps that it takes to get there. Guys, I do it myself. Like there's other avenues, there's other people to get you to where you need to be. It's not using them. People come into your life for a reason. Look at it as a blessing, a stepping stone, especially when it comes to business. Like, Jen, you ever get rid of the warehouse? Like, what do you want to do? Bill, I know you were doing the t-shirts. Like, been with you guys for a long time. We didn't fail. We were exhausted. We're givers. We're healers. A new approach brings new outcomes. Try to look at different avenues. Like me, when I started YouTube, that fear was in. I was like, fuck it. I just got to do it. Just do it. Just do it. And I'm so glad one day I said, fuck it. Just do it. And do it. Do it. Do it. Did I ever think I was going to be this fucking person? Did I ever think I was this outgoing, this blunt, I knew I was loving, but I don't know how to explain it. Like, it was there, but it's like I needed my own platform. I needed other people. I didn't need other people to relate. I just felt other people would relate because so many times in my life, people couldn't relate. And I couldn't fathom that. I couldn't fathom that I'm not the only one that thinks this way. I'm not the only one that gets hung up in situations like this. I'm not the only one, where it's like, there's got to be something medically wrong, or there's got to be like, no, so ultimately, was it so I didn't feel alone? I doubt it, but I could see that talking about it, and so maybe something I didn't recognize because it was a very alone time. And I wanted to say I didn't feel lonely at the time, but I was fucking lonely at the time. But for me, it wasn't like, all right, I'm going to go make new friends. So I think I can honestly say from my soul, it wasn't about because I was lonely. It was just knowing I could relate and help. And I don't know why I woke up one day thinking I could help. I think because I got disgusted watching YouTubers and people read about twin flames, and it was like disgusting because once things clicked and I realized how easily it was to get caught up and then you don't get out of it, it was almost infuriating because people need to understand the cards are for us to learn. They're not to manipulate, not to see what other people are at. I mean, the story always comes out. And I've always been more of a storyteller, but not in like a bad way with fibs or anything. Like it's just something I'm good at. Maybe I could be a playwright, an author, an actress. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's natural. So everybody can do it. You just gotta set your mind. Gotta set your mind to it. Do it, do it, do it. So that YouTube shit pissed me off. Because I kept debating in my cats. I'm like, well, that's not happening. That's not happening. And then when I started picking up on it, I'm like, fuck. This is them talking to me. Wake the fuck up, Courtney. Wake up. Wake up. Just like the last year of what I've been reading. Same scenario. Take a fucking step back, Courtney. If I'm going to relate this to me, maybe that's me that should have took myself out of this scenario. Maybe it's me that I shouldn't have done this or that. You know, we all stay in situations for a certain amount of time. We don't always think it's the right time. You know, I got put into a situation like personally the last time where it's like I'm teaching, but there's a love connection, there's a friend connection. Like that was tough for me. But I also knew I was going in to something that didn't think what would come out of certain stuff at the end would have ever imagined certain stuff, right? But like knowing good and plenty, if he wasn't a friend, there's no way in HELL I would have stepped into that. So I took a spiritual approach as in like, okay, this person needs me. I'm a giver, I'm a lover, I know when to shut off. I've been through it. Like that's fine. I think it's better than going into the approach like, oh my gosh, this is my soulmate. Oh my gosh, is this it? Oh my gosh, could this be my twin? Oh my gosh, is this what the Vidoes talking about? Oh my gosh. Oh my God. I shut it down. And I think that's the best thing I could have done going into the situation I previously went into. And it was a 50-50. It was knowing there was a lesson, knowing I was helping, knowing it wasn't a great scenario, knowing it could go in this direction, but not really knowing, but staying with it. It was almost like a job. And then a beautiful friendship and certain stuff just caught me off guard, even though I always knew it was there. This is somebody that I had talked off and on for 30 years. Did I ever think for 1 second that I would ever find myself, that we would find ourselves sitting around and belly laughing and just like reconnecting? Not at all. So I guess the moral of the story is, you know, no matter how you go into something, I guess maybe try to go in it a different way, a different mindset. I don't know. You know? Because I'm telling you, if it wasn't for my spirituality and knowing what, you know, group of collectors were going through, no way in HEEL, whatever that word is, there's no way I would have stayed in that scenario. No way. So you do what you think is best for you. It's going to be hard being there for somebody who's kind of getting out of an unhealthy situation. It's unhealthy. So you got to give. They got to give. It's going to pay off. It's like a reward. I don't even know how to explain it. And I don't even think it's going to be that difficult. But there's a lot of in between right now of hashing out old energy and finding a balance. I think the two of you would probably balance each other out anyway. There's no question. It gets tricky when you're probably away from each other. I think you're going to have a very powerful connection with somebody. This could be a new best friend. It could turn into a lover. It could be somebody you meet at work. You can get a new job. I mean, I don't know how it's all going to go down for everybody, but that shift is here. It's been here. You got to stay more optimistic. Got to get out of your head. I think it's going to be easier for one more than the other, which is ironic because I feel like as masculine have gone through more of a struggle. But I think for some reason, when they flip switches, they go. And you might not be used to that go because you were the go. Go, go, go. They were like red light. So you might not even be ready for go, go, go. You're going to have to flow for go, go, go. It's just time to rest and have fun. No more sitting on the couch and thinking about sadness. That's done. It's over. That's gone. You choose happiness over sorrow. And you push through whatever's crumbling. You let it crumble. You be better. You do what's right. You shift your focus. You give what you can give to that situation, but you do not overgive until two people can learn how to rebuild on a different foundation, because all foundations are shifting. It won't be the same. It can't be the same. You will find your way through what you're going through if it's karmic. Each and every single one. You have to acknowledge it's there. You have to put the effort in to focus elsewhere. Careful what you give if you're trying to get out of a karmic situation, how it goes down. You do have people around you. I repeat, you do have people around you that won't be happy about your direction. And I think everybody thinks maybe it's just on that side and that one toxic connection. No. It could be a multitude of people, like things coming at you that you didn't think would come at you out of the fucking woodwork. You could be dealing with somebody from 10 years ago and your friend comes around the corner and is like, I watched all the pain you went through for years and now you think this person changed? So now your friend got you questioning shit. See what I'm saying? It's not just the karmic ending that's ending. It's multiple people, whether it's positive or negative. Somebody will have something to say, and others will be like, yes, go for it. Like, what were you waiting for? Why did you wait so long? Or, you know what I'm saying? And then they're like, I saw it all over your face. Like, I can't believe you waited so long. I can't believe I hesitated. I can't believe I didn't go after this sooner. Don't do that either. Because when the time is right, it's right. When you put effort in, it makes you feel better because you're putting the right type of effort in. But there's going to be haters. There's going to be people that are not going to like your decision. Can you push through? So if you're going to try to mend something or meet someone new, it's not, can they push through? Can you push through? Because if you guys can't have the faith of that person being able to push through and then that person pushing through, knowing that you're pushing through this, it's not going to work. It's the lovers. It's a soul connection. You two have to stay in tuned. You can't stray too far from each other. If you're in that type of situation, you have to somewhat stay in tuned. Hope that makes sense. You have to give a little. Simple. Break down some barriers here and there. Someone gets quiet, don't stress over it. How do you know they're just not busy at work? Or their mind can be elsewhere. Just like if you were to get quiet. If you feed the fear, you might set yourself up to fail. So, again, easier said than done, but don't assume. Nurture, don't smother. You're being set up for a solid foundation. That has to be communication. That has to be nurturing. That you have to go into a relationship differently. You have to look at things differently. You can't take the same approach. These are all lessons we've learned in life. So don't think you can get into something new and do it your way because it worked your way. Chances are you thought it worked your way, but it didn't work out your way. You got to be open. You got to sit back. Even me, I'm going to have to shut my mouth sometimes because this is going to come in for all of us in different ways. And I had to learn to do that even with certain friends too. Like, sit back and just fucking listen. And that's a big one for me to swallow sometimes, believe it or not. And and I know I got 4 placements at Taurus, so it could be the stubborn side of me, but I don't really think it's like the stubborn side of me per se. It's I have such a strong belief. It's not I know I'm right and that's it. It's I have such a strong belief. But if someone's communicating, I have to try to see how they're looking at something. I have to set my belief aside for a minute and maybe put myself in their shoes or what they're trying to get me to see or what they're trying to say. I think a lot of people are going to think you can't relate or you don't understand, but you do. It's just you don't have as much compassion or empathy as maybe you used to or somebody expects you to have because it's like you've been through hurt, you've been through pain. You're not going to baby and coddle because we know that doesn't get you out of situations. So there's a fine line here of what we're all stepping into. And it's a clear reminder of doing things differently, kind of giving differently. You should have some expectations, but not many. You got to be careful in the beginning of stepping into new, whether it's with a new lover, a new business, just getting your feet wet, moving. You got to try to take a different approach. And something about this read, it's very dainty, delicate. You can sympathize. Maybe somebody else can sympathize what you're experiencing, but never like sits and tells you like, I see your side of the story, or I really do feel your side of the story, and how are you doing? Because you're going to need somebody in your life like that, how are you doing? You know, you don't got to fill me in. I don't need A to Z. I don't need 1 through 10. But how are you doing? Like, I know this is a lot. I know you know what I'm going through. Or I know what you're going through. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's that energy. No one sees, I don't think everybody sees the wish in that box. You know it's there. You know what you deserve. You know what you want. So don't be quick to unpull that string because right now it's more about not illusionary energy, but it's more about being optimistic and knowing that the gift is there, knowing that's your gift. Whether it's spiritual, whether it's a life partnership, whether it's business, whether it's a new best friend, a new puppy, or a fucking cannoli. it's delicate. You know how long it's been since quartz done delicate? And that could be because I've been protecting myself for a very long time. Again. Hey, Sheldon. So I love you guys. It's been real. It's been a nice read. It was nice to take the energy down a notch. The full moon in Pisces it's a full moon, but it's calming. It's time to relax. It's time to enjoy. It's time to dream. It's time to imagine what things look like. Just don't get caught up on why I imagined it going that way, so that's the way it's got to go. Don't do that. See what I'm saying? Got to be careful here. I don't know how else to explain it. I'm assuming you guys relate. You're on my channel. We all relate. I know I can't wait to see my Lonnie and my Lucy. And I'm not going to lie, I'm more excited about the food that we're getting. There's this place up here called, well, I don't want to call it out, but it's amazing. It will make you drool. Thanks, Joe. Thanks for being you. Thanks for donation, troops. How big is Sheldon now? He's 5. I'd say he's halfway there, maybe. I'm not sure. Like, he's a big boy. Like, for real, this camera, he was under my bed. This camera does no justice for, like, the size of him. He's definitely bigger than my hands, you know? He's a big boy. He's a big boy. Are you a big boy? Are you swimming? You need a bath. Are you a big boy? I love him. I really do. I can't wait for him to even get bigger. And he's just starting to eat vegetables. You know what I'm saying? Like greenery. They love plants. He's not big on fruits and vegetables. He's literally been eating his pellets for 5 years. This is around the time where he might start trying like flowers, petals. I have bought him cactus in the past. He has eaten that. He did nibble off my plant the other day. I was not happy. It was on the floor. And I was a little worried because I don't know if it's like poisoning. Because he did sleep for a couple days and he got a good little chunk of the plant. But the fact is, he went after the plant. This summer, for the first time, he went after 4-leaf clovers. And I do know they do like 4-leaf clovers. He's always liked leaves, but leaves are not, the dead leaves are not good for him. But he can basically have any vegetable, any fruit. Got to be careful with fruit, but even like fruit juice. But he doesn't do fruit juice yet. Like every once in a while, I'll pick up like a new thing of like baby food or like the squeezables or applesauce. Like I'll try like a little treat. He typically won't eat lettuce on his own unless I put it in with the pellets. So I mean, it's probably like a mild stone, like it would be for like a toddler when you introduce different stages of food, you know. But they're outgoing, you know. They're like cats, you know. Really, just kind of like roam around, you know. You come home, he comes right to me. I go to, you know, his enclosure, and he's like, "Pick me up. I want out." You know, they love hibiscus. He hasn't eaten a hibiscus. He'll eat dried hibiscus. He does like dried flowers, but I also mix it with a little fruit and vegetables. Like right now, it's for tortoises too, but he will eat this. A variety. So it's like greens, fruit, and vegetables. It's more like a treat, but I put it in his pellets once in a while, so he has like a flavor burst. Like dried carrots and peas. His favorite sweet potato. You know, dry. So again, he's not into the fresh stuff yet, which is weird, but I guess not weird. You know, he has been sleeping a little more. Like, remember last year we were talking about, do you know for real that they put tortoises in refrigerators for 6 weeks? It helps with their growth. It helps with a lot of things. They don't recommend, if you're a breeder, they recommend you doing it. But he's more indoors than outdoors. So technically, if he sleeps for days, let him sleep. But at his age, I shouldn't let him sleep longer than 3 days, and I don't need to put him in a fridge. But by the time he's like 7 or 8, they do it themselves. They go into a comatose stage. It's like you can either, as a breeder, gauge it once a year and stick to your schedule. Eventually, the tortoise will do it itself. It's not necessary. It's not necessary per se with a leopard tortoise, but they tend to do it. The tortoise, domesticated or not. You know what I'm saying? So, and it is around this time, end of August into fall. So when he sleeps like that, I let him sleep. I'll get home from work and he's like sleeping. I'm like, oh, you don't even want like your second dinner? Because I usually feed him twice, morning and at night. But for over a week now, he's in bed by 6 o'clock. So he's like my kid. He's in bed by like 6 o'clock. It's fucking great. So it's pretty cool. They have albino ones now. I am always like, oh, I want to get him a friend. He doesn't need one. They don't need friends. And besides, the cats jump in and out of there all damn day. So there's all that. Oh my gosh, he was smaller than the palm of my hands. When me and Kaden first saw him at the pet store, he was just born. They couldn't sell him for like 4 months. And they gave us a date like around Christmas because he was a Christmas gift. I think the most expensive Christmas gift I've ever bought, I've ever purchased for any of the kids. But it was a big one and it was important to him. And I've always liked turtles, so I'm down. But what a peanut. The buddy, you're just staring at me, huh? You're just staring at me. I know. It's you. It's you. You're so cute. So he's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah. See, 5 or is he going to be 4? God, he might actually only be 4. Because if you guys remember him little, I'm going on my 4th year of YouTube. So I don't know if I had Sheldon before I started YouTube. I don't think so. No. So he'll be 4. He'll be 4. But I think he just actually turned 4. I'll have to dig out my paperwork. I know they hold on to it. Because if I got him in December, he was probably like 4 or 5 months. So he probably just had a birthday. I'm such a lousy mother. Such a lousy mother. I'm so sorry. He just turned 4. And technically, if I was to go and count the rings on the top of his shell, because that's how you tell how old a tortoise is, by something on their shell. And I want to say it's the rings. It's either underneath. That would be like 1 milestone, 2, 3, 4. No, I don't know. Is it underneath, buddy? Oh my gosh. You're filthy. I don't think it's underneath either. All right. Go in there. You need a bath. Looks like he was about to shit too. I forget. I know if I you guys are probably all wondering now, right? But I'm almost positive there's something on the top of their shell. Where do you look on a tortoise to find the age? I think it's like their scales. They pulled up Taurus instead of tortoise. I got a PM doing the pee-pee dance. Okay, well that's strange. There's no real way of determining a tortoise's age other than keeping a record. Contrary, not contrary. How do you say that word? Contrary? I'm saying it wrong. But like an exception is an old wives' tale is the growth wings around the succulents. The shoots. I forget how they call it. It's not the scales. They're called it's gonna drive me nuts. I can't remember. But you can gauge the age that way. Yeah, you count the rings within the shoot. And by measurement. Anywho. I'm over here doing the pee-pee dance again, so. Contrary. Yes. Is that the word I said? Contrary. It's like the way I said it at first. I think it's just the way it came out. Contrary. I don't know. It's like if something doesn't sound right coming out of my mouth, especially like with the accent and like the whole thing with like being somewhat deaf in one ear, which makes a difference with speech. You know what I'm saying? It's like I know what I'm saying, but it sounds weird. But you guys know that about me. I mean, fuck, I make up my own words. I came up with a word the other day. I forget who I was with. I'm like, I just came up with a new word. Words, I am laughing. Like, you can add that to Court's dictionary. So, anywhoosie, I can keep going. I love you so much. I hope you all have a great day. I love you. I love you. I love you. Bye, guys.